everything that's going on with Kanye, and you are always protective of him no matter what is happening, no matter what he's saying.
I just try to, as hard as it can be sometimes, I do try to ignore it.
Kanye West is known for his epic rants on social media about everything and anything, and he always manages to get social media talking. Now, we're not saying that he's being a big fat liar, but we might want to take Kanye's words with a grain of salt, because some of the things he says might not actually be true. Does this have anything to do with why Beyonce cut him out of her life completely? Why are people dragging him for being a hypocrite? And does he really care about his public image more than his own kids? Trash talk. One thing that we can all agree on when it comes to Kanye is that he's a genius. He's a great rapper, artist, fashion designer, and all that, but he's also a complicated man. Sure, he has done some good deeds, like the Free Larry Hoover campaign, but that doesn't mean that Kanye always has the best intentions all the time, so we shouldn't always believe everything that he says. One major reason for this is that he has a track record of switching up on his friends when things get rough between them. We've seen this happen a couple of times, like the time he started bad-mouthing Amber Rose after he broke up with her. For those who don't remember, Kanye used to date model and socialite Amber Rose before he got together with Kim. Amber claimed that Kanye cheated on her with Kim while he was still dating Amber, and that led to a three-way feud between Kim, Amber, and Kanye. While Kim mostly kept silent about the drama, Kanye was very vocal about it. He slammed Amber on multiple occasions, with the most shocking one being he claimed that he had to take 30 showers after being with Amber.
It's very hard for a woman to, want to be with someone that's with Amber Rose. So she wasn't sending nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like I had to take 30 showers before I got with Kim.
That comment was disrespectful towards Amber and made it seem like there was something wrong with her. It was weird that Kanye was slamming her when he claimed to be in love with her just a few months before that. But Amber wasn't the only one that Kanye turned on, because he did the same thing to Beyonce as well. We all know that Beyonce and Kanye used to be friends way back, and his friendship and love for Beyonce even led him to make a major move at the 2009 MTV VMAs, when he got on stage to embarrass Taylor Swift because he believed that Beyonce should have won instead of Taylor.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time.
It took a lot of guts for him to get on that stage, and it just shows how much he cared about Beyonce. But then he changed suddenly when he had a falling out with Beyonce. For those who don't know, Beyonce chose to distance herself from Kim and Kanye because she didn't approve of Kim's very open and public lifestyle, which is a direct contrast to Beyonce's own private lifestyle. Rather than respecting Beyonce's wishes and the friendship that they had, Kanye chose to be petty and badmouth Beyonce and Jay-Z in public on numerous occasions. For example, in 2016, he called Beyonce out at one of his concerts, claiming that she had told the organizers of an award show that they had to give her the award over Kanye, or that she wouldn't perform.
I heard that you said you wouldn't perform unless you won Video of the Year over me.
Many people felt like it was weird of him to call out his former friends like that, when the issue could have been settled with a simple phone call. And that's not the last time that Kanye acted out like that, because he also called out Jay-Z for not personally visiting him after Kim's robbery in Paris.
You call me after the robbery, you say how you feeling. You want to know how I'm feeling, come by the house. Bring the kids by the house.
Oh, and let's not forget the drama that went down between Kanye and Taylor Swift when he released his song Famous in 2016, where he said, "I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. Why? I made that beef famous." Before the release of the song, Kanye and Taylor had made up after the drama at the VMAs, and had even sparked rumors of a collaboration a couple of times. Kanye claimed that Taylor had approved the lyrics to the song, so she was okay with it. But Taylor denied the claims, saying that the lyrics were misogynistic and she would never have agreed to them. This led to Kim and Kanye inciting a hate train against Taylor, which led to her being bullied for the longest time, before we found out that she had been telling the truth for the longest time, and that Kim and Kanye were the ones who had been lying through their teeth for the longest time. People have been calling Kanye out for being a bad friend for years, like this person that said, "Kanye is a bad friend. He has Jay's number. You have an issue with your friend? You call them out on it privately." And this other person that tweeted, "Ye also did similar shit to Pusha and Sean. Kanye is a bad friend. Get over it." So with Kanye's history of suddenly switching up on his friends when he doesn't like them anymore, or when they don't agree with his choices, can we really trust what he has to say? He sure doesn't sound like the most reliable informant, but this story gets even worse from here. A flawless image. Kim and Kanye's marriage didn't end overnight or even in a few weeks. The marriage had been strained for months before Kim finally decided that she'd had enough and decided to file for divorce. The first strains in the marriage started showing back in 2020 when Kanye went on his presidential tour and revealed that he and Kim had almost gotten rid of North.
We talked about her not having this child. She had the pills in her hand. You know these pills where you take the pills, and if you take it, it's a wrap. The baby's gone.
He then went on a long Twitter rant where he accused the Kardashians of trying to control him, and he claimed that Kim had cheated on him with rapper Meek Mill. He said, "I've been trying to get divorced since Kim met with Meek at the Waldorf for prison reform." There's no evidence that Kim cheated on him with Meek Mill, but we have evidence that he did in fact cheat on Kim when they were married. He revealed this himself in his song Hurricane, where he said, "Here I go acting too rich. Here I go with a new chick. And I know what the truth is. Still playing after 2 kids. $60 million home. Never went home to it." So he had cheated a few weeks after she gave birth to their son Saint, but he still had the audacity to falsely accuse her of cheating. He obviously did that to make himself look good in the public eye and try to get ahead of the situation in case it ever leaked. But that's not the last time that Kanye was a hypocrite. A few months before Kim filed for divorce, Kanye moved to his farm in Wyoming without having a discussion about it. He didn't even have a conversation with Kim about it. Clearly didn't care that he would be separated from his kids.
Why am I still in this place where I'm stuck for years? He goes and moves to a different state every year. I have to be together so I can raise the kids.
But after the divorce, he suddenly decided that he wanted to be close to his kids, and he decided to buy a house directly opposite Kim's house and paid more than the asking price just so he could get the home. This was weird because he already owned a house about 30 minutes away from Kim's house. Also, Kanye has consistently tried to badmouth Kim on social media. Like the time he said, "Since this is my first divorce, I need to know what I should do about my daughter being put on TikTok against my will." Oh, let's also talk about that time that Kanye went on a rant about not being invited to Chicago's 4th birthday party.
Yeah, I'm just wishing my daughter a public happy birthday. I wasn't allowed to know where her party was. There's nothing legal. They're saying that these are the kind of games that's being played.
But it turns out that his claims were false because he had been the one to insist on having separate birthday parties for Chicago. So his claims about Kim trying to keep him away from Chicago on her birthday were not true. Kanye always tries to put Kim down and make himself look like a responsible parent when he was the one who told the whole world that they wanted to get rid of North and moved several states away from his kids and didn't seem to care. We're not saying that Kanye is a bad dad because it's clear that he loves his kids very much, but he does seem to love making himself seem like a super dad by exaggerating things, even if it means shaming the mother of his own kids. The big bad bully. When it comes to social media, Kanye's not exactly an active user, at least not when compared to his ex-wife Kim. He only uses Instagram a couple of times, but boy does he make those times count. When Kim started dating Pete Davidson in late 2021, Kanye lost his mind over it because he was still in love with Kim and wasn't willing to admit that he had lost her. A few months before this, Kanye went on Revolt TV and claimed that he and Kim were technically still married and that he didn't want to divorce her.
And I ain't never even seen the papers. We not even divorced. Wow. So how because that ain't no joke to me. My kids want their parents to stay together. Right. I want us to be together.
But rather than addressing his personal issues privately, he decided to go online and publicly bully Pete Davidson for no reason, other than the fact that Pete was dating Kim. He threatened Pete on Instagram and called him names. In this screenshot of messages that Kanye got from Pete, Pete tried to make peace by saying, "Yo, it's Skeet. Can you please take a second and calm down? It's 8 a.m. and it don't gotta be like this. Kim is literally the best mother I've ever met. What she does for those kids is amazing, and you're so lucky that she's your kid's mom. I've decided I'm not gonna let you treat us this way anymore, and I'm done being quiet. Grow up." He then taunted Kanye, saying that he was in bed with Kim, which led to Kanye throwing Pete's mental health struggles in his face, saying, "Happy to see you're out of the hospital and rehab." Kanye also took things offline because he started spreading rumors that Pete had AIDS, and even made a song about him where he rapped, "God saved me from that crash so I can beat Pete Davidson's ass." And if this wasn't concerning enough, the video of the song also showed him burying alive a cartoon character of Pete. When Pete and Kim broke up, he thought that he could finally be free from Kanye's rants, but Kanye did the opposite of that because he came back from a social media break to troll Pete, saying, "Pete Davidson dead at age 28. Oh, but that's somehow not even the worst of it, because Kanye sunk to even deeper lows. We all know that Pete has been open about how badly he struggles with his mental health and has admitted that he's thought about taking his own life on multiple occasions. After the breakup with Kim, sources revealed that Pete had to go to trauma therapy because of the bullying and harassment that he received from Kanye. Kanye then trolled Pete about the breakup, saying, "Ask Pete how those tattoos of my kids doing in the trauma unit." Many people agreed that this was a terrible thing to say, especially since Kanye himself has been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and should know better than to troll with that. Someone commented, "It's funny how Kanye is laughing about Pete having mental issues when he is literally the poster child of having manic episodes. At least he's not in denial of his condition. I find it ironic." So when next we see Kanye say something or go on another rant on social media, we might want to take his words with a grain of salt, because he's not exactly the most reliable informant out there. His history with people proves over and over again that he's not to be trusted and is obsessed with making himself look good at the expense of other people. Anyway, you guys should make sure to check out this other video because it's even better than this one.